I can do this. I can do this. This is totally not my first time making a vlog or discussion video. I can do this. Someone else, so some of you may know what this video is about. Some of you may not know what this video is about. If you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, if you saw the thumbnail, you probably know what's happening. I went skydiving. And to talk about what I'm wearing right now, I just came back from a movie. And if you don't know, hey, if you don't know the reference, if you don't know the drip, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you what it's from. If you know, you know. You'll just have to leave it at that. If you know, you know. I'm not telling you. So yeah, so some of you may know that I am deathly afraid of heights. I've had this fear for as long as I can remember. I quite literally get scared to jump off of like 10-foot walls or anything like that. Not that, you know, a sane person should do that, right? But I have never been good when it comes to heights. So that's always been an Achilles heel of mine. You know, whenever I would have fun with friends or anything like that, it would kind of get in the way sometimes, just because I was a really big scaredy cat about it. I was a little scaredy cat about it. So I always believed that skydiving, you know, the largest height that you could take, in terms of height in general, and jumping out of a plane and with a parachute, so the only thing that's saving you is a bunch of polyester and string, was the perfect way to beat that. And I've always believed that that was the way to beat that. So I've always had that predisposition. So it wasn't until I raced one of my friends, who, if he's watching this video, you know who you are, and we had a bet. If I lost him in a race, then I would have to go skydiving. And so I lost, and I had to do it, and I just kept putting it on the back burner and kept putting it on the back burner. It was always something that I've actually wanted to do as well, but I wanted something more to motivate me. So that was also adding on to it. But then at my new job, I acquired a couple friends, and I was just telling them, hey, I want to skydive. I want to do it. I want to do it for the big 26, the biggest 26. And this guy was like, yeah, let's do it. And so I was like, yeah, let's do it. Right. I'm all for it. Right. Whew. So we got a schedule and everything, and yeah, and the day passed, and I'm alive, I think. I'm alive. And it was great. It was such a great experience. Well, honestly, hold on. Before we take you to the present, I feel like we got to take you back a little bit. Hold on. Let me clean off my glasses real quick. And we're gonna open up. We're gonna get into ye old history of skydiving, shall we? Skydiving, invented by Sky Diverson back in ye old 98 BC. Yeah, it's a long time ago. That was all a lie. So skydiving was actually came about from parachute concepts that Leonardo da Vinci came up with. Funny enough, the man himself, the Mona Lisa man himself, he actually came up with them, and he had the concepts, and he was like, hey, you know, in the 1400s, or, you know, mid 1500s, he was like, hey, yo, hey, wouldn't this be cool if we fell out of the sky and we had this, and here's the design, and here's the whole shebang for it. And everyone was like, you're fucking crazy. And here we are. And so it wasn't until 1797 that someone actually jumped out of a balloon and used the same concept for the parachute, which was very triangular. It's a very triangular parachute. In the, you know, late 20th century where we have, you know, war, good old war. And like in 1912 and 1911, we had people actually jumping out of planes and deploying that as a militarized kind of thing. And from there, we just continuously use them in terms of military tactics, because not really too many people in the common civilization was thinking, hey, you know what? I want to jump out of a plane. You know what? I want to jump out of a plane. So we didn't have it until like, you know, the 50s, where veterans of World War I and World War II were jumping out and doing these parachute concepts for sport, for fun. And from there, you know, it only evolved. It only became something much more quote unquote safe, much more professional. And it led us to where we are now, where skydiving is such a large recreational sport and fun that some people just tend to have now. And it's really cool. You know, about 3 million people skydive every single year. And I assume that number's only growing because, you know, it's just a business that thrives on people wanting to take a chance, wanting to have a little gusto, a little chutzpah, a little bit of this, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of this action, a little bit of this action. And did I have it? I guess. Did I have it? I guess I did. So that takes us all the way back to, what was it? February 21st, Saturday, 2026, the big 26, where I was taking my skydive. And holy crap. So every single day leading up to that, like the week before that, every single day leading up to it, every single person at work was talking to me and was like, "Oh, 6 days left. Hey, hold on. You don't have a calendar, dude. Hey, 6 days left. 5 days left. 4 days left." And they're like, "How do you feel, man? You ready? You excited? You going?" And I would just tell them every single time, I'm trying not to think about it. Until the day comes, I am not thinking about it. So the day came. And I was nothing short of terrified. I did a little research. I did it with a company called Adventures in Skydiving. Wait, logo? Oh, there you are. Oh. There it is right there. So Adventures in Skydiving. And I did a little research before I did it, to just find the one that made me feel the most comfortable about it. And turns out was them. The day came and I was super terrified, and I just wanted to not get it over with, but find a way to take the nerve off. So yeah, I had a whole hour drive, and on the drive there, I was kind of just thinking about, so because of that, I just kept kind of overthinking and thinking about, what should I do just in case, if there's anything that I should be doing, listening to, talking to someone about. So I texted some friends, I texted some family, talked to some people, made sure like, hey, just in case. And halfway through the drive, I started to think again, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I should listen to like my favorite songs in the world, just in case. So I went ahead and played 10 songs that I think are absolutely beautiful, that I think that were perfectly exemplified everything that I was looking at, that I was headed towards, that was in my past, present, whatever. And so I was able to pick 10 songs, and I'll list them off right here if you guys want to listen to them. And so I just sat there in silence and listened to them the rest of the driveway there. And I was able to find parking. I finally got to the place, and I shot a little video right when I got there. Here it is. Really quick video before I get in there. I didn't want to film any of the drive because, you know, that's dangerous. Just a little dangerous. A little dangerous. But regardless, I did see some people already jumping out of the planes while I was out there. I can see some of the planes right now. I don't know if I can get the angle for it, you know, but regardless, I am terrified. But as someone said, fear and excitement are the same chemical in the brain. It's just dependent on what you want to associate the action that you're about to do to is what makes it that. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it. As you can tell, I was super scared. I was super duper scared. I just kind of wanted to get it over with already. My call time was 12. I was there at 11. I got there an hour early. Because I was just thinking, as soon as it was 12, they're going to strap me up, toss me out absolutely soon as they could. But that didn't happen. And so I kind of had to wait there for about 4 hours or so before I could finally jump. There is one caveat. I did get dressed in a theme. Right? That makes sense? That makes sense, right? So I dressed up, and I'm going to show the video right here. I had star pants on because I'm going to the stars, obviously. I had Orange Crush Air Jordan KOs on, because air. that was my reasoning. Air. And I had a sweater, a gray sweater that was Iggy Pop Live in Tokyo. They said to wear long sleeve clothes and to wear pants. So that kind of worked that way. But the Iggy Pop Live in Tokyo's always been somewhere I wanted to go to. So I figured, hey, this is another dream. This is another goal of mine. So I'm going to rep that. And so I wore gray sweater, star pants, and then Orange Crush Air Jordans. And I also had my spare glasses on because I heard that your glasses might come off during the jump. So I didn't want my cool round glasses. My cool ones. I grabbed the nerd ones. I grabbed the if you ever have glasses, you know about the yucky little spare that you never wear, that you just got just in case. You know. And so those were it. I had my spare little stupid glasses on, and thus ensued a 4-hour wait. And in the meantime, I took some videos of other skydivers that were coming out of the air, and you can see a couple of them. And it looked really nice. It looked like really pretty just to be out there. It was a clear blue sky, no clouds, anything like that. It was just really, really nice. And so 4.5 hours later, at 4:30, I finally got the call for my videographer to take an introductory video for my skydive, and so here's that.
Hello, John. Welcome to Adventure Skydiving. What are you doing here?
We're going to skydive out of, what, 14,000 feet in the air?
13,000 feet, yep, exactly. Jump from an airplane from 13,000 feet.
Yeah, it feels really good. I'm really excited. Someone Else TV, this feels awesome. I am as terrified as I can be, but there's a chemical in your brain that mixes up fear and excitement, and so I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yes, it's amazing. Okay, jump from 30,000 feet. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Let's do it. Have a great time and see you in the sky.
As you can see, I said the same exact thing that I did in the car. That was the only thing that I could think about probably for the last 2 weeks, because that was the only thing that was making sure that I was going to jump. That I was going there and I was going to jump. So I said it twice. And so don't get mad at me for that. I said it twice, and that helped me. That helped me get through it. Really nice videographer. The guy that was strapped to me, my instructor, he was such a nice guy. He was very caring. He was very empathetic towards what I was doing. He made sure that I was comfortable, that I knew exactly what to do when the plane was taking off, when we were a certain threshold in sky, as they say, in the altitude, to where, you know, we're going to strap in. I'm going to put on my goggles. And he kept helping me breathe. Breathe in and out. And so, you know, we were getting to it. He strapped me in, told me a bunch of stuff, helped me with a couple exercises and maneuvers, made sure that I was doing okay, make sure that I went to the bathroom multiple times, because, I mean, I don't know. I don't blame him. Maybe it's happened where a couple accidents have happened on him, and I don't blame him. I do not blame him. So we were walking over to the strip, right? And I have a little video for that too. Walking to the strip, getting on the plane. And so when we were waiting to get onto the plane, there was a guy with a wingsuit that was operating right before us. And so he was darting down to the ground. I didn't get video of this. I wish I got video of this. I probably should have asked if I could get the video of that. Didn't. But anyways, he was wingsuiting down. He pulled his parachute. He was coming in hot, and he was trying to course himself back over to this patch of grass that they had for the landing area for all the parachuters, for all the jumpers. And so we had an army truck that was latched onto this wooden platform with a long seat, so that way we could sit on it and drive over to the plane. This guy barrels down, you know, is going crazy with his gear, with his strings, and he lands on the ground, not 20 feet away from the truck, slams straight into it. Slams straight into the truck, hear a loud bang, hear a loud crash. And everyone, like, you know, you have a few skydivers, the seasoned veterans, running over, checking up on him, and he gets up after, like, 10-15 seconds, you know, just walks it off, starts packing up his parachute and stuff. And I'm just like, that's great. That's great for me. That's really good. I'm really happy to have seen that right before I'm going to make my first jump out of 15,000 feet. That's great. So quite literally a minute after that, we drive over, we head onto the plane, which you're going to see a video. And we start darting up. I've never been on a plane before. I've never been on a commercial flight before. I don't even know what a plane feels like. So when we were making our initial slow ascent up, it kind of felt like we were on a boat. Like it was kind of a little rocky. You feel that? A little sway. And it felt good. And then he made his first turn. And that immediately changed everything. I was like, oh no, I can't. Oh, that doesn't feel great. That felt like I was in an elevator that was in a free fall. That felt like, I don't like elevators. They make me feel sick. And that felt like I was in an elevator that was just like holding me in air for a little bit. And my guy was like, okay, you good? You know, deep breath in and out. He did that for me a few times. He was explaining, like, you know, what some people that were more in the front were doing, because some guys jumped at like 9,000 altitude, and they had some cool like gear and patches on and everything like that. I guess they were like more of the stunt professionals and things like that. But then we finally hit about, you know, 14,000. He creeped me forward. He strapped the shoulder ones, the hip ones, and he put my goggles on. And then from there, we were pretty much off to the races. My buddy went first, so I got to see him jump out, and I don't want to say I bailed. Like, my instructor was really good at making me feel comfortable and making me feel very secure about everything, but holy shit, seeing everything, like we got so high to the point where you see like a blue tint in the entire, like, leading towards the ground and stuff. That's how high, like we were really high. We were just really high. We were really, really high up. And that was freaking me out. But my instructor, he's got some gusto, man. He was very very avant-garde. He was jumping out of that plane one way or another, and he was making sure that I was strapped to him. I'm going to pop open the video right now. As you can see, I just lifted my head all the way up. I was not looking down. I just darted straight up. That's what he said to do. He just reared my head back up, and you could see the fear of God in me. You could see the absolute fear of God in me. And then he pushed us out. And I think it was like for the first 5 seconds, I was screaming like no other moment in my life. I was so scared. And after that initial 5 seconds, I think the adrenaline kicked in, and I was just having the time of my life. I mean, at that point, we're already out of the plane. We're already free falling. If anything happened at that, you just got to enjoy it. You just got to enjoy it. The thing is, I was saying stuff. I was going like, someone else, someone else. I was screaming, go, woo, yeah, yeah. But the wind cut that all out. But the wind cut almost all of everything that I was saying out. And so you don't hear any of that. So I'm just gonna tell you, I was doing that. I was, whoa, yeah, whoa, someone else, someone else. I was saying someone else, someone else, someone else. And I didn't realize how elastic I was. I didn't think I was. I have like really like my skin was like, you know, it was going everywhere. It was going nuts, and I didn't realize. Am I like? I guess I got stretchy skin, but yeah, yeah, it was great. It felt like I would tell everyone this that asked about it afterwards. It felt like I was underwater for like the free fall. It felt like I was just underwater with all the air resistance that was going over me. Like, you know, you kind of feel like you're swimming in a way. And then the snap occurred when the parachute came back up, which you can also see, and you get such a gorgeous view of the entire skyline, which I'm going to show you right now. And it just was wonderful. It was so nice. It was really, really something to see. And my instructor said, welcome to my office. This is my office. How do you like it? Nice? Nice? It's good. Yeah, it's good. Right? And it was really cool. We were kind of floating there for a little bit. He let me have the reins, and he was spinning us, and we were doing a couple crazy loops and stuff. But I was all for it, and it just felt awesome. And then, you know, we finally hit the ground. And here's the video for that.
John, smile for me.
We did it.
John.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Cool. Look at camera.
Hi,
That's
guys.
what I'm fucking talking about! It's good. It's really, really cool. It's really cool.
It's amazing. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thank
It was
you.
awesome. Thank you, John. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice job, brothers. Turn around.
Yes, guys.
The last video when I actually went down onto the ground, they didn't send that to me in the raw footage, so I just had to take that from the video they edited with all the funny little music that they have in it. But I was super hype. I said that I might do it again. I don't know about that. But I had fun regardless. I really did have a really great time. It was worth it. I definitely do believe that was something that I should do. I haven't jumped off of something high yet. I haven't tested it out if I've conquered my fear. Can't deny I haven't tested it. But I do have a newfound confidence in heights. I do have that. So maybe that's something to take away. But regardless, I have a plethora of experience when it comes to that now. It was worth it. I genuinely had a great time doing it. And yeah, I can only say great things, you know. Gotta say thank you to Adventures in Skydiving. They were great. My instructor, my videographer, they were just fantastic. They made me feel great, comfortable, safe, all throughout the entire experience. I'm so happy for them, and that they get to do that for work. You know, my skydiving instructor did it for 29 years and counting, and it's just insane. It is just such a thrill. But if I ever do get the itch to skydive again, I'll probably just get a tattoo. I'll probably just do another addicting thing, or just get another piercing or something. I am gonna put skydiving on the back burner for quite some time. Shout out to Groovy Kaiju for the music, for the nice ambient music. I hope you guys like it. I want to give him credit. He's awesome. And look him up. He's great. Groovy Kaiju on everything. And yeah, guys, I went skydiving. I did it. And I did it. Nobody could take that. Nobody could take that away from me. I did it. Aside from that, yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. You know, if you guys want to see a little bit more of me, link in description for TikTok, Instagram, other stuff, Twitch, we stream. Dude, thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble. Thank you so much for being here. Someone else, we're so back. Someone else. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like and subscribe. You got to do it. You're watching right now. Do it.